everybody, it's Cindy here from HookedOnCrafts, and today I thought we would try something a little bit different on my channel and do kind of a crochet chit chat, if you will. This is something that I hope to do more of in 2020. I have been spending a ton of time watching all you knitters and crocheters out there do podcasts. Now keep in mind that I do not knit a stitch, but I love hearing you guys talk about the projects that you're working on, the yarns that you like to use, and different designers that you like. So I thought I would also kind of share my experiences with you and things that I am working on in my crochet journey. Now keep in mind, one of the reasons I started this channel was to inspire others to craft. And I find that when I watch you guys do your podcast that I am so inspired, and it makes me want to go look for patterns that I would like, or maybe you're wearing something and it's knitted and I want to see if there's a crochet version out there that would be perfect for me. So yeah, I'm just so inspired by you guys. I thought I would try to do some of that on my channel. If you enjoy my crochet podcast, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe to my channel, and that helps me know that you like what I'm doing. Okay guys, let's get started. I want to show you my finished objects and things that I've been working on. So one of the first things I want to show you are these boot cuffs. These are made from I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. My dress code is getting ready to change at work, and we're going to be required to wear all black and a pop of red. So this is going to be my pop of red for when it's really cold outside. Now this is a bag of crochet, a bag a day crochet pattern number 273. So forgive me if I'm looking down, guys. I have my notes down here. I don't remember everything, so I have to check. The next thing I want to talk about is this shawl. So this is a Marley Bird one ball shawl. It was part of her Christmas 24 quickies. I'm fairly new to watching Marley Bird, but I totally love her. So this yarn that I use is the Red Heart Unforgettable, and I believe the colorway was Dragonfly. I'm also really bad about throwing away the wrappers on my balls of yarn, so forgive me if I ever don't remember exactly what yarn I used. So the next thing I want to talk about is a hat that I made for my daughter, and this is made from the Lion brand landscape yarn. And I believe the colorway for this one was Orchard, Apple Orchard, or something like that. This hat is really thick and really toasty. Now, I live in Central Illinois, and typically we do get snow here. However, we haven't had hardly any snow since I made this hat for her. But when we get some, she'll be ready. So this is Haley's hat, and I watched a video for this one on YouTube, and it was from the Happy Crochet Club, and it's the Easy Crochet Beanie. Love this pattern. It was a lot of fun. I will tell you, this is a yarn hog though. This front post double crochet and back post double crochet, I thought I could get it with one ball of yarn, but it actually, I had to go to the store and pick up another ball because I didn't quite have enough. It probably made it to about here, but I wanted it to cover her ears, so that's that one. The next project that I worked on, and I made probably about 30 of these. This is the Twisted Crochet headbands. And I'm not really a headband wearer, but this one also was for me, and I made these for co-workers just as a little gift to give some of my co-workers, because I really can't afford to buy them all a big gift, but I figured if I made some handmade items that they could use, it would be perfect. So yeah, I gave these away to coworkers, and I probably, like I said, I probably made 30 or 40 of these, but I kept this one for myself because my coat is in this color. And then I also went on to make the yarn. I made these from all kinds of yarn. This one is Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. It's one of my favorite acrylic yarns because it's soft. I think it just works up really nice. It looks, you know, I'm not really a Red Heart Super Saver girl, just because it's too stiff for me. And if I'm going to take the time to make a project, I want it to feel luxurious, you know. I don't want it to be all scratchy, and I don't want to have to soften it up in the wash. To be honest with you, I know Red Heart Super Saver is the workhorse of yarns, right? They've been around forever and tons of people love using them. My advice is, if you want to take your crochet to the next level and make it look professional, buy a nice yarn. Splurge a little bit on a more expensive yarn. It's just my advice. So the next project I made was this. This is called the Modern Lines Beanie, and it is by MJ Off the Hook Designs. Now, she has a YouTube channel, and that's where I learned to do this one on. I love this beanie. It is like my favorite hat that I've made this season. It doesn't look like your grandma's crochet, right? It's nice, it's modern, it's something I could pick up in a store, and I love the pom-poms. And I just bought the little 12-pack of Amazon pom-poms for like $14.99 or something like that. And I bought the ones with the little snap on them so that you could snap them on and off if you needed to throw it in the wash. Now, a little trick with these, if you put them on, you get your hairdryer out and you blow them around, it will help puff them back up so that they don't look all smushed. So I made the Modern Lines beanie. And I liked it so much, I decided I also wanted one of those in wine to match my coat. So I made myself one for that. I'm not sure how I'm going to give the gray one to, but don't worry. It will get given to somebody or worn in our house. So that is the Modern Lines beanie. Now, I kind of wanted to share this with you, and bear with me, I made this for Christmas time. I know Christmas is over and New Year's is over, but it's a fun hat, and I just wanted to share it with you. I made a Christmas tree hat. Let's see here if I can get it on. And I've got just some plastic grocery bags up in the top. It's adorable, right? And I put little pony beads on it to look like the Christmas lights. And this is also made with not Red Heart. This is made with Hobby Lobby's. It has like a little metallic thread through it. But I love this yarn. This pattern is by Dream a Little Bigger. I found it on Ravelry, and I think you could get it on her blog for free. So we had a hat day at work, and this was fun. So I totally enjoyed making that one. All right, so if you watched my last video, you would see that I have been making bird's nests to help out with all of the fires and all the animals that have been hurt in Australia. If you have not seen that video and you crochet and you would like to crochet for a cause, please help them out and crochet a few bird's nests. This is a perfect stash buster. It takes 2 strands of yarn. They work up pretty quick. You can only do a few of them at a time because it does hurt your hands a little bit using 2 strands of yarn, and you want to crochet it really tight so that they don't get their feet stuck in there. So I made some bird's nests. I have a few more stuck around here somewhere. And I also made this pouch for marsupials. And they have little liners that go in them, and then they want like 3 liners for every outer pouch. And I made this. I actually frogged a shawl that I had made. This is a Caron's cake of some sort that I'd had a long time ago, and I was never gonna wear that shawl, so I just frogged it and made something for the animals. One of the last projects, and the funnest one of all, is this little guy. I made a baby Yoda. Yep. He's adorable, right? I absolutely love him. Now, this is a free pattern on Ravelry, and I will have to look up the designer. I will put it in the description box below. I forget who this was, but it was on Ravelry and it's free. I made this out of Karen's Simply Soft. Okay, sorry. I had to stop and look up the pattern for Baby Yoda because it's adorable. I'm not really even a Star Wars fan, but I really like Baby Yoda. I think he's so cute. Okay, so it is by @Bee's Friends Crochet. And I found it on Ravelry, and it's a free pattern. So check it out. Now, it's been a long time since I made amigurumi. I do have an Etsy shop. It's been on vacation for quite a while now. I probably should open it back up. But quite honestly, around the holidays, I work in retail, so I just don't have the time to mess with it. But when I first started my Etsy shop, that's the only thing I made was amigurumi. Now, I probably hadn't crocheted anything amigurumi for probably about 10 years. No, maybe not that long. Maybe about 5 years. So yeah, so I picked that up and wanted to try that. So let's talk a little bit about my work in progress. So my whips. So this year I decided I wanted to try to make myself a sweater. Now, I have never really crocheted anything for me to wear other than a hat or gloves or a scarf, but I wanted to try to do a sweater, and this is how far I've gotten on my sweater. And this sweater, I'll put a finished picture in right here. And it is the Homegirl Sweater by Shaimes, and I hope I do it justice, honestly, because it is a beautiful sweater. So I've got the front done, and then I've got this much of the back of it done. So yeah, it's, again, I don't do a lot of big projects because I like instant gratification. So yeah, so I'm working on that sweater. I hope to get it done soon. It's coming along pretty easy. Now that the holidays are over, I'll have a little bit more time to work on it. So the next thing that I want to show you is the Canadian crocheter, and I enjoy watching her channel and just hearing about what she's working on. She is having a block party. So what does that mean? That means anything that's like a granny square or a block or a hexagon or any of that. Check out her channel. She's got all the details there. And I have had some granny squares in a work in progress for, I looked at the pattern and it was dated 2009. 2009. So I have had about 26 granny squares crocheted up because I had this great idea that I was going to make myself an Afghan. I believe the name of the pattern is called Sunrise, Sunset, or something like that. And so I had these squares already made up, and I had, you know, I was really good. I had sewn in all my tails except for one block. And so she's having a block party. And so I decided I was going to dig that project out, and it took me a while to find it. And I am going to make a bag out of those squares. That's not cheating, is it? Since they were kind of made ahead of time. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's cheating if I join her block party with blocks I made over 10 years ago. But I put them together and I'm making a bag. Now this is what I've got sewn together so far. I just have to go through and add the handles to it. This is a Bag-A-Day crochet. I don't remember what episode it was, but she has a lot on her channel for bags. And I thought, what a perfect thing to make out of my granny squares that have lived in this unfinished objects bag for 11 years. Yep, I'm getting them out. I'm going to put them to use. I think this is going to be a project bag for me. I don't really have real project bags. I know a lot of you guys have fancy knitting bags and crocheting bags. I usually just keep mine in kind of these little reusable bags that you get at Michael's or wherever. And that's what I use for my project bags. You can see I've got it loaded up there with my stuff. So I thought I would put together and make myself a project bag. I have enough to actually make 2 bags. I think I'm going to make them different. She's got another one on her channel that is a different shape bag that I have enough squares to do. And believe it or not, I have 2 skeins of yarn still in my project bag, enough to make the handles. So I'm super excited that I'm finally going to get them out and make use of these squares. So that is all that I have in progress. I am currently working on the bird's nest, and I want to make a few more of the marsupial pouches to send to Australia to help those folks out that are trying to take care of all the animals that have been hurt in the wildfires. Again, if you can do that, please, please, please take a few minutes. Use some of your stash and make a few things to help the animals out. Okay. So let's talk about some acquisitions. Now, I kind of had a crochet Christmas. So I had asked for a ball winder, which I got. And I've been winding all kinds of yarn that I had sitting around that the skeins were kind of nasty and, you know, just wound around and not very good. So yeah, I got a ball winder and I've been playing with that. I also ordered myself a little bag. And this came from AliExpress, guys. I know a lot of you guys don't like AliExpress, but sometimes I like to order stuff from AliExpress because it's super cheap. And I thought this was a perfect little bag to put, like, you know, if you're just making a hat and you only have 1 ball of yarn, you can put your crochet hook in the pocket, your little scissors in the pocket, and then your yarn just goes right inside. And I've got a couple balls of yarn tucked in there. And you can take it with you on the go. Love it. It cost me like $4 or $5. Perfect, right? I think I'm going to order myself another one in brown. So yeah, I love that. And then I also asked for a new crochet hook case. I had the same crochet hook case probably 15 years. And it's not very pretty. So I wanted a new one. So I picked one out on Amazon. The name of this one is Demero. Picked it out on Amazon. And I love it. I think it's perfect for me. And then I also got some clover hooks for Christmas. So yeah, I've been working with those. My favorite hook to use is boy hooks. I don't know why. I think it's just what I learned on. I'm not a fan of the Susan Bates hooks. I've actually broken a few of the acrylic hooks. I guess I just crochet tight. I don't know. But so I got some of the Clover Amour hooks and I absolutely love them. And it's got a little pocket over here. Forgive my dog. He's kind of wandering around. It's just my house. It's how we are. I also got a little needle holder, and this is by Furls, and you just pop the top off and it keeps your yarn darning needles in there. So I love this. This is like one of my favorite things. I think it cost me $12. I just searched needle holder. So yeah, I got those. I had my daughter, we had picked out some beads when we were at Joann's one day. Ooh. And she likes to make jewelry sometimes. And I wanted her to make me some stitch markers. So I had her make me these little mushroom stitch holders for Christmas. I love them. We also got some angels that I want her to work up for me, but she hasn't had time to do that yet. So yeah, so I got that. And then I've never really had any fancy crochet hooks at all. And I saw this on Etsy and my husband bought it for me. It's a furl crochet hook in, I don't remember what color it's in. And it's a great big 10mm size. I didn't have any great big crochet hooks, so I wanted to try, and mostly I'm going to use it for photos, honestly. But if I have like a great big bulky yarn, I can use this for it. And I absolutely loved that. So I got that for Christmas. I also have kind of a confession to make, okay? Don't tell my husband this. But I have been subscribing to Knit Crate. and I love the yarns that I've been getting. And this came as part of it, and then it's got a couple skeins of finger weight yarn, sock yarn, to go with it. And I've gotten like two different boxes now, and I skipped the one for December because I work in retail and I don't have a lot of time to crochet in December. So, but I have not made one single project from those yarns. I kind of consider them precious to me, and they're almost too precious to just make anything with. I want to make sure I find the right project to make out of them. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I'll let you know on the next time. Hopefully I will make something out of my knit crate yarns, but right now I'm just kind of enjoying them and petting them and you know, just being happy that I have them and waiting for that perfect project to use them for. That's really all I got for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed my crochet talk. Let me know in the comments below about the granny squares, right? Is it cheating that I've had my granny squares made for over 10 years, but I'm just now putting them together? So I don't know. I may just go ahead and enter them. Let me know down below. Do you think it's cheating, or can I enter them? The Canadian Crocheter, if you're watching, let me know. All right, guys, I've enjoyed my time with you today. Happy crocheting. See you next time.